Hello everyone, I'm Zsolt again from Yaw VR, and today I would like to check with you what is the latency of our simulator. So how can we synchronize the game from the PC and the simulator motion? What is the reaction time of the simulator? For that, I have just limited the yaw movement of the simulator, so that's why you can see the simulator from the back. And we will make some measurements, or not measurements, but experiences from that point of view. So hopefully you will see the exact reaction time of the simulator. And of course I will try to express you what I am feeling inside the simulator. My previous experience was that the reaction time is quite good, almost unnoticeable. Sometimes, for example, in case of Dirt Rally, we will test Dirt Rally again today because with that I can make some intense movements. And sometimes I felt that, for example, when I hit the wall and the car is turning on the side very quickly, then sometimes I noticed in 1 or 2 frames that the simulator is not fast enough. But usually in regular cases, honestly I didn't experience any latency. So let's check it out. Maybe we will include some slow motion replay in the video, and we can check it out frame by frame if our simulator fast enough. And then I will do a gameplay with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Alright, so here we are again in Dirt Rally 2, and it's still beautiful. And we are somewhere in Italy, and this road is covered by asphalt, so the running will be much more smooth, or the driving will be much more smooth as last time. And it will help us to recognize the movements and check the synchronization of the movements between the game and the simulator. So let me just do some quick movements to make the synchronization much easier. Let me just make some visual signage which can help us to recognize and to synchronize the 2 videos. I mean, recognize the same frame on the 2 videos, and then we can just start. So let me just move forward. Yeah, and now I feel very, very nicely the shifting and stuff like that, but for example, I feel just a little bit the road because it's quite smooth. Yeah, and I also turned off the vibration. And let me just find a way. Oh, by the way, if I going left and right, I feel a little bit the roll movement. It's because the side direction forces, maybe the lateral forces. Okay, and now let me just check, for example, hit something. So for example, hit the wall here. Okay. So we will see in the, my feeling is absolutely in sync. So I feel that we are absolutely in sync with the game, but we will see in the video if it happens in real or not. Okay, let me just, here is a curve. Okay. I also still here, I feel an immediate reaction. Yeah. So I cannot notice any delay, but sometimes when I come here, not really. I'm just thinking if I feel, but maybe, no, it's very hard to tell if I feel any delay or not. So I feel it's immediate. Of course, it's depending on the intensity of the range of the movement. So of course, if the car is, let me try, yeah, will tilt in high degrees, then maybe it's noticeable. But in this, oh, maybe now I felt a little delay, but really it's immediate reaction. That's why I cannot feel any dizziness, because I got, okay, now the vibration is a little bit missing for me. The road is too, and I don't use butt kicker now, so I don't have any feedback from the surface of the road, which is quite missing, but it's for the experience. All right, so that is Dirt Rally. I hope, okay, let's try this side as well. Okay, trying to do some noticeable movement. Maybe it was, we will be able to measure this. But overall, it doesn't matter if we measure the latency. What is more important is the feeling, and I should say the feeling is just as great as possible. Okay, it was too much. I wanted to use the handbrake, but it was too much. Yeah, and honestly, for me, the rotation is also missing, because now the rotation is limited to 0. Just to make sure that you see the simulator from the same direction. Oops. And it would easy. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I can just escape from here. Oh, sorry. I'm just making some mistakes here. But it will be good in the video. Okay, so I hope it was enough for now, and let's try to switch to Flight Simulator, and let's check it out if the reaction time is the same there. So here we are in Microsoft Flight Sim 2022, and here we can, by the way, this is San Francisco with the beautiful Golden Gate. I have been to here a few times, and I'm always impressed with this area. I love it very much, but now we are here to test the simulator motion. Now let me just show quickly some fast movements. So I don't know if you recognize from outside, but from inside I still don't feel any delay. What is a little bit strange, that I suppose in a real airplane you don't have these fast and immediate reaction for the yoke. So if I turn the yoke, I feel a quite fast reaction, and I would expect to have more smooth reaction. So I suppose an airplane cannot react that fast and that hard. But let's test it again. It's a little bit strange that I don't have yaw movement. So now I feel, because sometimes we can say that okay, yaw movement is not important because you feel just the acceleration part of the yaw movement because the gravity is not involved, which is true, but not as I limited the yaw movement. I mean, not just limited but disabled. I feel that why is it, or how the yaw movement is important. So let's start again some quick test for the movement. And inside, okay, sometimes I just cover the motion compensation. So from inside it's absolutely immediate, so I don't feel any latency, if I want to be honest. Okay, let's try the yaw, the pitch. Yeah, here is the same, that I'm basically, so because there is no latency, I feel that I'm in the cockpit, which is a really great feeling, and that's decreased the chance of the motion sickness. So not just it's not just great because it feels real, but it's great because you will not get motion sickness. Oh, sorry. Okay, the next game is Forza Horizon 5, and here we have an outside view, and that will help us in the test. And let's see. So this is the city, and let me check the movements on the curbs. Unfortunately, the curbs are not so high, so maybe you will not notice any big movements, but from inside it's quite nice. Maybe you can see here some extra movements. Okay. So sorry, it's this kind of driving is intentional now. So I really wanted to show you some intense movements to check it out, the reaction time. But really from inside there is no noticeable latency. Okay, now it's a little bit confusing, I believe, but let's go back. Oh, sorry. I'm using a controller now, not the steering wheel, so that's why I'm not very professional here, but let me check again some high-speed stuff. Okay, so that was Forza Horizon. And now let's see the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Alright, after this interesting latency test, let me show you something less technical. Of course, I will talk about technical details, but the experience will be much more spectacular because we are close to London. So let me just show you a flight over London with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I'm really waiting for 2024. I'm very, very curious about that. We already bought the software, but of course, as you also, we are still waiting for that. But let me just take off, and then we can continue to discuss about the details. Okay, I already released the parking brake and full throttle. and let me just go. I immediately feel some kind of vibration from the gears, because in our game engine we could set the gear forces. I will talk a little bit later about that, but now I want to try if there is any difference. Yes, I already feel the difference between the surface of the runway and the grass. The grass, of course, is much more intense. I feel much more intense vibration, and even I feel another kind of vibration which is programmed, so it's depending on, yes, it's depending on the speed of the aircraft, and immediately you take off, so you leave the runway, the vibration, that vibration will disappear. Of course, the gear forces vibration also disappear when you take off, because when you left the ground or leave the ground, then it immediately should disappear. So I'm in the air already, and the takeoff was very good feeling, because I felt the whole vibration, and immediately after the takeoff it's just gone, and now I just feel the movement of the aircraft, which is, by the way, one of my favorite aircraft, Cessna 172, and my controls are a little bit too sensitive. I don't know what happens, because last time it was still very good. So I love London very much. I have been here a couple of times. By the way, here is the Tower Bridge, because this city is just like a world-class metropolis. I love it really much. So regarding the movements of the simulator, I'm using controller-based motion compensation as usual, and it gives me just a perfect synchronization of the movement and the visual feedback. I don't know, maybe it's not about the motion compensation. I can imagine that it's not depending on the motion compensation, but we have a great reaction time of the simulator, and we are lucky because of the latency of the video from the stream, and the latency of the simulator is perfectly the same. If I rotate to the right, then it's just perfect. If I rotate to the left, it's just perfect. So I don't see or don't feel any latency. So it is just perfect. Really, it's real time. So I can say it's completely real time. I have never experienced this before, so that's why I think it's somehow depending on the motion compensation, because before that I had always a little delay between the visual and between the motion. It wasn't very disturbing, but in the same time it was noticeable. And oh, by the way, this is the Parliament and the Big Ben, and there is the big wheel. So it's very realistic. If you are looking the buildings a little bit more close, then it's not that nice. But the overall experience is just good. So it gives back the feeling you are really flying over a big city. So go back to the motion. In case of a flight simulator, you don't really feel the boundaries of the simulator, or the limitations, motion limitations of the simulator. If you are flying in a regular way, of course, if you are doing some acrobatic maneuvers, then it is possible that you will feel some limitations. So for example, now if I'm turning to the left, then now the simulator reaches its limit, and if I'm coming back from over the limit, then now I felt the movement again. So there is a, let's say, dead zone where you don't feel the movement, it could be a little bit disturbing, and that's why we developed a new function what we will introduce in our next game engine update, where we call it maybe, I don't know, proximity limit or something like that. So when you are getting reach the limit, the movement will be smaller and smaller on the axis, like on the roll axis. So that means you will never, theoretically, of course, you will never reach the limit. So when you come back from over the limit, you will feel a much smoother initial movement when you reach again the limit. So it's a much nicer experience as it is now. So you can find this new function in the settings under the settings menu as soon as we update the game engine. Since we have the highest motion range on the market, hopefully you don't need to experience or use this function, but it could be useful if you like to reach your limits, and not just the simulator limit, but your limits as well.
500.
This is the tower bridge, and next to it the tower. So that was the motion, and the immediate reaction what I just feel here. It's amazing. And I also wanted to tell you that the controller-based motion compensation now is available in Infuse VR, and we will just update Infuse VR soon, and there will be possible not just to use the controller-based motion compensation, but in the same times you will be able to use the hand recognition. So you will see your hand here, and you can visualize your accessories like the throttle and the yoke. So it will be a super cool experience with built-in motion compensation and visualization of your accessories. And even you will be able to synchronize the cockpit with your real accessories, real life accessories. So for example, if you place your yoke in the same place where the virtual yoke is, then you will be able to, with your controller, always synchronize the two positions. So you can just play or sit in the aircraft as in the real life. So that could be a very good experience, and I'm really curious about that. Alright, and now let's see the landing. I want to show you how it feels to land, because my expectation is that I will feel when my gears touch the runway. Okay, sorry if I'm not super good in that, but I'm trying. Okay, and slowly I should somehow touch down. It's not easy. Oh no. Okay, yeah, I felt immediately the touchdown. So I felt that my back wheels touched the runway first, and then the whole aircraft, and I felt the vibration as well, what we programmed in this profile. So let me just turn back. I'm just checking where are you guys. Oh, sorry, I just mixed my legs. Oh no, I don't want to do that. come back, come back, come back. Oh, no, no, no. All right. Oh, okay, it was a little bit risky situation. I almost went into the, I don't know, Thames, I don't know in English the name of this river. We call it in Hungary, Temza, but maybe not there. So, yeah, you are there. So guys, I have to still rotate a little bit or turn a little bit. Okay, now it's perfect. Okay. It was a super good experience. This Logitech, I think it's Logitech stuff. It could be my fault because I didn't set up very well in Microsoft Flight Sim these accessories, but it was horrible, the pitch part of this yoke. Next time I will try to fix it much better. But the overall feeling, this flight was super cool and very realistic, and this real-time stuff, what I can experience since we use the controller-based motion compensation is just amazing. So I really like it because it's because the real-time reaction is just put me into the airplane. So I can really forget that I'm in a simulation. Of course, the visuality is not perfect and nothing perfect, but for your brain doesn't really matter. If the motion is good and you see something, then it's already could be enough to believe that you are there. So that was the video for today. Thank you for your attention. I hope you liked it. I enjoyed it very much, and if you liked it, please like the video as well, and please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the overall experience what you have seen, then consider to buy YAW3. Of course, I am not an independent advisor for you to tell you that it's worth to buy, but I can tell you that if you buy it, it's a super cool device, and you will be able to lift your gaming experience one level upper. So I can recommend to try and buy this simulator.